Okay, here we go with some hints for homework sheet 7. First question, do some calculations. 0.08 times 5,000. Now I like to think of this question as first of all multiplying by the 1,000 and then multiplying by the 5. So take your 0.08, multiply it by 1,000, get your answer for that, and then multiply by 5 to get your final answer. For the second part of the question, it's a bod mass. 7 add 5 times 9. Bod mass tells you what part to do first, so you have to decide are we doing the 7 add 5 first, or are we doing the 5 times 9 first. You should know which one you're doing first. For question 2, fractions, well since we did these, 5 and 1/5, add 1 2/3. So deal with the whole numbers first of all. So the 5 and the 1 together make 6. Then deal with the fractional part. Now looking at the bottom of the fractions, we've got a 5 and a 3. So that's going to make this new bottom number 15. Doing a little bit of cross multiplying, I'll get your new top row, do your calculation for your final answer. Part B is the same, but it's a subtraction. Question 3, estimate. Now the first one you have to estimate is 34.6 divided by 3.74. Now don't use a calculator and then write down your estimate, actually try and work out roughly what the answer is. So what we need to do first of all is we need to make this number a wee bit easier to deal with, and we need to make this number a wee bit easier to deal with. Now the second number is pretty close to 4, so we can change the second number to 4. Now because we know the 4 times table, then the 34.6, I would say that's pretty close to 36. Because it's in the 4 times table, then we know the rough answer to the first one is 9. So the first answer is approximately 9. If you do the same with the second question, 12.7 divided by 0.54, so make that number easier, like 13. Make that number easier, like 0.5. Oops, sorry. 0.5. Get your answer. And similarly for part C and part D. Question 4, our equations. Now I won't do the ones that are there, I'll do ones that are similar. So let's say we've got 5x, take away 2 makes 8. I would keep the 5x on this side, I would move the 2 over and it becomes an add. 5 what's make 10? 5 2's. Part B, let's say we had 2 bracket g plus 3 makes 10. Then I would remove the brackets, 2g add 6 makes 10. Keep the 2g on this side, take the 6 over again, and then lastly, that would give us g as 2. Okay, so in the first example, we're moving numbers over and then solving. In the second example, we're removing brackets, moving numbers over and solving. For question 5, VAT 17.5%. 17.5 is just 17.5%. Now you're going to do this using the multiplier method. So because it's been added, we have 100%, add the 17.5, which gives us 117.5%. You're going to turn it into a decimal. That's going to give you the multiplier to multiply the £725 to get your answer. Question 6, area of a circle. You should know that the area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. So for the first part, that's just simply going to be A equals pi times, and the question tells us the radius is 5.4 and squared. For part B, same formula, A equals pi times, but this time the question tells you the diameter is 5.4. So we need to work out what the radius is and then put that into the formula. Question 7, one of these compound interest questions. So it's interest. Interest means it's been added on. So once again, get your multiplier, do it to the power 12 because we've got to do it for 12 years, and then times it by the starting value, which was €20,000. Get all that from your calculator. And then lastly, number 8, we haven't quite done that in class yet, but you will have hopefully by the time you watch the video. The gym's membership increased by 17%, so once again, get the multiplier. That's the easy way to do the percentages. Get your multiplier. Now this time you know what the cost is, or sorry, the number of members is after the multiplier's happened. So it's one of these backwards questions. And if it's a backwards questions, then we don't actually multiply, we actually divide. So you take the amount of members that are there and we actually divide it by the multiplier. Right, because we're going backwards. We want to know what it was at the start, not what it is at the end, what it is at the start. So in these examples, we divide. We'll be doing those in class. And that's it.